No, no, I'm good. Hello. Channel 1, check, channel 1. Channel 1. Channel 1, mic check, channel 1.
shortstop, number 8, Dustin Connerly. And batting 9, the right fielder, number 23, Megan Convery. In the flex position and pitching this afternoon for the Saints, number 13, Abby Runyon. Ladies and gentlemen, the St. Martin Saints. And now let's meet the reserve players for today's designated home team, the Western Washington Vikings. Number 1, Tanaka Harad. Number 2, Rachel Christensen. Number 3, Anna Hook. Number 4, Sydney Brown. Number 10, Macy Tarbuck. Number 11, Anna Matthews. Number 12, Carissa McDowell. Number 14, Megan Marino. Number 16, Taylor Hokali. Number 22, Emmy Paulson. Number 23, Kira Doan. Number 32, Michaela Wilgenberg. Number 36, Kaylin Simmons. And number 42, Jenna Maxfield. And now, as announced by head coach Cheryl Gilmore, the starting lineup for the Western Washington Vikings. Leading off, the second baseman, number 20, Chantel Chimabukuro. Batting second, the right fielder, number 5, Mackenzie Palmer. Batting third, the shortstop, number 19, Tatum Dow. Batting fourth, third baseman, number 44, Brooke Bezenbeck. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 8, Lauren Lowe. Batting sixth is the designated player, number 9, Tori McDowell. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 18, Riley Wales. Batting eighth and pitching, number 7, Anna Kastner. And batting ninth, the first baseman, number 24, Dakota Brooks. In the flex position and catching for the Vikings is number 13, Erica Hardy. Ladies and gentlemen, the Western Washington Vikings. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask you to please rise. And everyone please remove their hats. Do not play the anthem. As we honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red flare among bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into Woo Softball Field here in Monmouth, Oregon, as we get a blustery first day of the 2021 GNAC Softball Championships underway. Dustin Daniel here along with you for the next 3 days as we decide a 2021 champion in the Great Northwest Athletic Conference. It'll come down to 4 teams in this first of 2 games that we will see today. It's going to be the number 2 seeded Western Washington Vikings taking on the number 3 seeded St. Martin's Saints. It was a late change to the seeding in this one. Northwest Nazarene, the only team that knew their seed over the entirety of the last week, as they held the number 1 spot. Vikings and St. Martin's each moving up a spot, and Western Oregon, the hosts of this championships, getting the number 4 seed at the very last minute, so they will be playing the top seeded Nighthawks a little bit later on today. Let's take a look at the starting lineups before we get this one going. Defensively, Western Washington out in the field to start, as they will be the designated home team for this one. They're going to start Anna Kastner on the hill. That is their GNAC and Western Washington's school-leading strikeout king, Anna Kastner 10-3 with a 1.88 ERA this season. Let's look at the defense behind her. Behind the plate, it's going to be Erica Hardy, Dakota Brooks at first, Chantel Shimabukuro out at second, Tatum Dow at short, Brooke Fessenbeck will be in the hot corner. Outfield for Western Washington, Riley Wales in left, Lauren Lowe in center, Mackenzie Palmer in right field. Offensive lineup for St. Martin's as they come to the plate. Emery Norwood's going to lead things off. She's a center fielder. Brittany Patrick hits second. Julia Lucas, Kylie Lopez, Olivia Schmidt in the 5 spot. She's going to be the designated player for today. Carly Yoshioka, Kylie Vanderbout, Destiny Connerly, and Megan Convery, the starting 9 for St. Martin's. First pitch in for a strike as we are underway here in Monmouth. This is a 4-team double elimination tournament. So a loss today does not mean the end of the championships for either of these teams, but it will be an uphill battle from here. 0-1 pitch going to be in there for called strike number 2. Kastner's second best ERA in the Great Northwest Athletic Conference this season as she is finishing up an outstanding collegiate career. Senior out of Milton, Washington. 0-2 offering, chopped foul as that goes off to the netting over the top of the third base dugout. Looking at the season numbers a little bit more closely for Anna Kastner, this will be her 18th appearance of this season. One time she has come in relief, so this will be her 17th start. 93 1/3 innings of work. In that time, 115 strikeouts. Another 0-2. Just going to miss outside for ball number 1. To Emery Norwood. This is going to be a very tough matchup for St. Martin's as they're facing one of the best pitchers the GNAC has ever seen. 1-2 offering. This one slap left side that's going to get through, in for a base hit. So a single to lead things off for Emery Norwood. And the Saints start with a runner aboard. That's going to bring up Brittany Patrick. And what a season Brittany Patrick has had. This is the GNAC Freshman of the Year. Getting her collegiate career started with some flair. First pitch in for her. Just below the knees for ball number 1. Leadoff single for Norwood has her at first. She slapped it into left field. Split the left side of the infield. That's Brooke Fessenbeck at third, Tatum Dow at short for Western Washington. And Patrick will be one to watch at the plate throughout the entirety of these championships. 1-0 offering. That one's fouled back. It evens the count at 1-1. Patrick, a first-team All-GNAC selection a few days ago. Hit for some power, also has some speed in there. Third in the GNAC in steals. Fifth in doubles. Third in runs scored. Also in the top 10 in hits and RBI. As a team, SMU hitting .275. They're going up against the best pitching staff in the conference in Western Washington, 2.49 their team ERA. There's a cut and a miss. That'll move the count 2-2 on Brittany Patrick. See Norwood there at first, 1 on, nobody out, just second batter of the game. Format will work out like this. 2 games today. 2-2, fouled off. Runner was going on the pitch. So the way it's going to work out, 2 games today. We got Western Washington SMU, game number 1 of the day. And it's going to be number 1 seed Northwest Nazarene and the number 4 seed Western Oregon. Follow this one. 2-2, swing and a miss, and Patrick goes down on strikes. First strikeout of the day for Anna Kastner, and number 116 on the season. Righty back into the circle, now facing Julia Lucas. One down here in the top of one. Norwood still hanging to first. First pitch for Lucas, swing and a miss. Julia taking the catching duties today for St. Martin's. 303 hit, her third best average on the team. Got an OPS of 893. She's been able to put 11 doubles, 3 home runs on her stat line this season. Kastner staring in. 2-strike offering for Lucas. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back case for Anna Kastner. So after allowing the leadoff single, she's battled back to get it to 2 outs and has kept Norwood at first. That's a rare hit early on that she'll give up. One of the best in the nation at the Division II level at limiting damage. She's kept her hits per 7 innings at the 16th lowest level in the nation. So 2 down and a runner at first. Here's the first baseman. This is Kylie Lopez now at the plate for St. Martin's. Second pitch of the at-bat is in for a called strike. Moves the count 0-2. And now Kastner a pitch away from getting herself out of the first unscathed. Has held opponents below the 200 mark in batting average. There's a pitch outside on the 0-2. Can't get Lopez to chase. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's a blustery day, as I'm sure you can hear the wind pulling through on the broadcast. It's moving from right to left across the field and carrying it out a little bit towards center. A little bit more aptly, it's coming from first base out towards center field a little bit. So a little bit of carry for these batters. Looks like we're gonna have a quick huddle in front of the SMU dugout. It's a 1-2 count on Kylie Lopez. Olivia Schmidt waiting on deck, trying to be the 5th batter of the inning. Started with Norwood single to left, and then we've gone swinging strikeouts for Brittany Patrick and Julia Lucas. So after the quick conversation in front of the first base dugout, we'll get back to it in a 1-2 count. Kastner needing just 1 pitch to send us to the bottom of 1. Two outs, here's the 1-2. This one flown into left field. Wales has a read on it over towards the line. She's able to get there and make the catch, and that will do it for the top of the first inning. For the Saints in their first trip to the plate, no runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Scoreless, 0-0. Western Washington will get their first chance to the plate when we come right back. Bottom of the first inning, 0-0 our score. Xana Kastner strikes out 2 in her first inning in the circle. Strands the runner at first. Emery Norwood had the leadoff single but was left at first base. So now in the circle for St. Martin's, Abby Runyon getting the start. 11-7 record with a 3.94 ERA for the right-hander. Her first pitch in the dirt for ball number 1 to Chantel Shimabukuro. Leadoff hitter playing second base for Western Washington. Again, this is the number 2 seed, Western Washington Vikings, and the number 3 seed, St. Martin's Saints. Winner of this game will face the winner of NNU Western Oregon a little bit later on today, and the loser facing the loser of that game. Again, it's a double elimination tournament. So 2 wins over the next 2 days earns yourself a spot on Championship Saturday. That is if you go 2-0. One count here on Shimabukuro as Runyon the windup. One flared foul down the right side. Looking at the numbers of Abby Runyon this year. 20 appearances on the season for the Saints, leading the team in innings pitched. 118 2/3 in the circle for Runyon. An 11-7 record and a 3.94 ERA. Has struck out 66 in those 118 2/3 innings. Fouled off by Shimabukuro as she stays alive. Walked 39 in that time. Opponents with a 292 batting average off of Runyon. At the plate, right-handed hitting second baseman Shimabukuro, 296 hitter, just below that 300 mark, as she'll fly this one to center field on the 2-strike approach. That's caught by Norwood, and we've got 1 away here in the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at the defensive setup of St. Martin's. It's Julia Lucas behind the plate. Kylie Lopez playing first. Carly Yoshioka is at second base. Destiny Connerly at short. Brittany Patrick at third. Kylie Vanderbout in left. Emery Norwood in center. And Megan Connery in right. First pitch for Mackenzie Palmer. Gonna miss high, ball number 1. The top of the lineup for the Vikings is Shimabukuro, Palmer, Dow, the top 3. Then the middle, Fessenbeck, Lowe, McDowell. Bottom third of the order, Wales, Kastner, and Brooks. In the flex spot is going to be Erica Hardy. This one slapped into left center field. That gets through for a base hit. Going to be extra for Mackenzie Palmer as she'll get into second base, standing up with a 1-out double. First extra base hit we've seen in this ball game. And Western Washington with a runner in scoring position with 1 away here in the bottom of the first. They look to strike early. Now, Vikings certainly known for their defense this season. Best team ERA in the conference. Got a little early offense with that double from Palmer. Brings up Tatum Dow. And what a season Tatum Dow has had. Newcomer of the year to the Great Northwest Athletic Conference. .460 batting average. That leads the GNAC. Gets a hold of her second pitch. Rounds into third, a hard one at that, but Patrick able to handle it. She throws to first for the outs. Palmer has to hold at second base. So no advancement of the runner there. Good contact from Dow, but can't do anything with it. And that'll be 2 away. Scoreless here in the bottom 1. As we've seen a base hit from both sides in this first inning. And a little bit of rain moving in. And that's coming in from the west. First pitch fouled off by Brooke Fessenbeck, third baseman. The moisture will play a factor throughout what we expect will be both of these games. Forecast looking not terribly ominous, but right now just a little mist moving in. And it's kind of going to be the day here in Monmouth. A 1 count on Fessenbeck, 2 outs and a runner at second. Pitch low, bounces away from Lucas and back to the backstop. Fessenbeck able to take it, and Palmer gets over to third on the wild pitch. Looks like it might have caught the lip of home plate. Rattled away. Not sure if that actually got to Lucas and ricocheted off of her, or if it hit off a home plate and bounced that far away, but it got a real big hop off of it, and that was plenty of time for Palmer to get over to third. So now the first run of the ball game at third base for the Vikings, if they can get her in. Seen a couple of hard-hit softballs already in this inning, so top of the order for Western Washington has been able to square up Runyon pretty well. Offering up and in for a ball. 2-2 now the count on Fessenbeck. Two-two pitch. Misses outside, moves the count full. Fourth batter of the inning. She's going to make Runyon work for this one. A one-out double for Palmer, and then the wild pitch has her at third, the only base runner on right now. Vikings looking for the early score. 3-2. This one. One hopper out to second base. Taken by Yoshioka, throw to first in time, and that will do it for the bottom of one. So just like the Saints, a hitch in the inning, but a runner stranded aboard for Western Washington. Both sides go scoreless in the first. We head to the top of two. St. Martin's 0, Western Washington 0. We'll return in just a minute. No score as we go to the top of the second inning. 0-0 St. Martin's and Western Washington. The bottom of one, a one-out double for Mackenzie Palmer. She was left at third base. Anna Kastner will get back to work. She's facing Schmidt, Yoshioka, and Vanderbout in the inning, as Olivia Schmidt, the designated player, takes pitch number 1 for a strike. Kastner 2 strikeouts in her first inning of work. Didn't see any on the other side for Runyon. 0-1. Runs a bit outside. No, a late strike called. 0-2 the count. Well, this will be the 5, 6, 7 hitters in the St. Martin's order. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 3 of the first 5 batters for Anna Kastner. GNAC's all-time leader in strikeouts. Adding on to that total, here's Carly Yoshioka. She's an in-conference transfer, formerly at Concordia University in Portland, making her way to the Saints. First pitch in, 1 out, nobody on. This is high and outside, ball number 1. Blown hit of the ball game for SMU so far. Lead-off single to left field for Emery Norwood. Slap hitter stuck out the barrel. Was able to pop it through the left side for a base knock. The rain so far has not seemed to affect either of these pitchers. His control has been good. That one right at the top of the zone for a called strike. Yoshioka evens the count 1-1. Yoshioka, part of that Concordia team that won the GNAC championships back in 2019, the last year that the tournament was held. Of course, no tournament in 2020. Bunt laid down this one just in front of the circle. Kastner has a throw over to first, going to be in time. Yoshioka tries to bunt herself aboard in a 1-1 count, but to no avail. That'll make it 2 away, and that's now 5 consecutive retired by Kastner after the leadoff hit in the first. So 2 down and nobody on for Kylie Vanderbout. First pitch in. Fouled off on the first base side just in front of the Saints dugout. Vanderbout hitting .293. Left fielder has missed just 1 game this season, playing in 34 of the 35 that the Saints have had this year. Got herself 3 home runs in that time. Slugging .435 on the year. 0-1 count for her, bases empty and 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch, swings through it, no balls, 2 strikes. Now as a team, SMU hitting .275. They've managed 19 home runs on the year. That's good for 3rd best in the GNAC, but there is very large discrepancy between the top 2 and the rest of the GNAC in homers. 0-2 pitch, that misses high, ball number 1. MSUB and NNU far and away the home run leaders in this conference. They're both well over 40, and then no one else above 20. It'll be interesting to see that Nighthawks offense at work on a day like today. 1-2 pitch, cut and a miss. 2 innings, 4 strikeouts for Anna Kastner. She's retired 6 straight as she sets them down in order in the top of the 2nd inning as she has found her momentum early. 0-0 our score. Vikings coming to the plate when we come back. Lowe, McDowell, and Wales due up. Anna Kastner settling in nicely. She has retired 6 in a row now for Western Washington and has struck out 2 in each of her 2 innings for 4 total on the ball game. 0-0 our score, Vikings and Saints, as we go into the bottom of the 2nd inning. Abby Runyon for her 2nd inning of work, facing Lowe, McDowell, and Wales. This is the 5-6-7 in the Western Washington order. Quickly has an 0-1 count on the center fielder, Lauren Lowe. Offering is going to catch the edge of the zone. Called strike, making it 0-2. First inning at the plate for the Vikings. They got a double out of Palmer. A couple of ground outs, fly out to center for Shima Bukuro. Runyon, 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and she's got her first strikeout today. 1 down in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Bring up Tori McDowell. She's a designated player, so no duties out in the field for her today. First pitch, down, take it low. Bounces off of home. Now the Vikings are putting their pitcher in the lineup to hit. Kastner's going to hit 8. So the flex player out of the batting order is going to be Erica Hardy, the catcher. She won't have any duties at the plate today. Pitch misses inside. Now 2-0 on McDowell. Right on righty matchup. Saints defense playing her as pull hitters. They have the outfield shaded just a little bit towards left field. 2-0 lines this one to the right side and pushes that foul into the right field bullpen. Nobody on and 1 out. Still looking for our first run of this ball game. 2-1 misses high and away, 3 balls and 1 strike. The Runyon has had to get a little bit deep in a couple of these at-bats. Fessenbeck to end the first got her into a full count. So pitch count elevating just a little bit here for Runyon. That's a good offering in for a called strike. Dow was taking that one the whole way, 3-2. Payoff pitch. One lined right side, but a backhand by the shortstop Connery on the fly for the out. Connerly makes it 2 away here in the bottom of the second. And that's 4 straight retired by Runyon going back into the first. And she'll deal with Riley Wales. Both pitchers having a little bit easier time with the middle and back half of the order. As soon as I say that, first offering for Wales runs inside, catches her on the elbow. So that'll be a free bag. Runyon puts one aboard with a hit by pitch. For Runyon this season, that is the 11th batter she has hit. Now 21 appearances. Runner at first, 2 away. We're in the bottom of the second inning. First pitch, swing and a miss. This is Anna Kastner, the pitcher, trying to help out her own cause. Western Washington located up in Bellingham. Long drive north, up by 5. Second pitch to the AB. Runs over the glove of catcher Julia Lucas. Wales will get herself out to second. That's going to be the second wild pitch of this game already from Runyon. So another runner into scoring position. Western Washington has had a runner in scoring position each of these first 2 innings. Kastner in a 1-1 count. Pitch runs low, 2-1. Two outs, runner at second. Hard hit ball through the left side. Be through for a single. Runner is held at third. Wales holds up, moves runners to the corners on the base hit of Anna Kastner. Second hit of this game for the Vikings. Kastner at first, Wales over to third. And the inning extends. Western brings up their 5th batter of the frame with Dakota Brooks. Brooks, 9-hole hitter and the first baseman. Big opportunity with 2 runners on, but 2 away. Runyon can't avoid damage. Runner takes off on the first pitch. Throw out to second by Lucas. Not going to be in time. And Kastner able to pick up the stolen base. Now runners at second and third, and we'll get a pitching conference. Looking at the matchup between these two teams, from the regular season. Western Washington able to go 5-3 against St. Martin's. They had a couple of 4-game series. Now that won't be the case throughout this tourney. A couple of these teams have only seen each other for one series, back-to-back doubleheaders. It's the offering in for Dakota Brooks. This is a little low. Runners at second and third, 2 outs, 0-0 our score. A high fly ball into left field should be manageable for Vanderbout. She gets underneath it, makes the catch, and that will end the inning. So the Vikings give the Saints a little bit of a scare. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on. They've stranded 3 on so far. We're through 2 complete here in Monmouth. Western Washington 0, St. Martin 0. We head to the top of the third. We're through 2 innings here in Monmouth. No score yet. Western Washington has got runners into scoring position. Each of the first 2 unable to capitalize. St. Martin's looking for their first base runner in 7 batters as they got a leadoff single from Norwood, but Anna Kasner has managed to retire 6 straight, striking out 4 of them. They'll have the 8-9-1 hitters up. Connerly, Convery, and Norwood. This is the shortstop, Destiny Connerly. As she awaits her second pitch of the at-bat, will take it for a strike. Anna Kasner in the bottom of 2 was able to get on base with a single through the left side and promptly stole second, but was stranded there with Riley Wales left at third base. Bunt shown, but then pulled back by Connerly, and that'll be a ball. Just 2 batters left that Kasner has not faced in the St. Martin's order. Offering, cut and a miss. Last time these 2 teams saw each other, got to go back to April 11th. They were in Lacey, where St. Martin's University is. And over that 4-game series, they split it. Their most recent game, St. Martin's took a 2-1 win over the Vikings. Cut and a miss. There's another strikeout for Kasner. That's number 5 for her today. And 1 down in the top of the third. Wind continuing to move through the field, but the rain has let up for now. We are seeing a little bit of movement in the SMU bullpen. This is Megan Convery at the plate. Takes one high for ball number 1. 1 out and nobody on. Here's a 1-0 pitch. That one down the chute, called strike. The right fielder, Megan Convery, 277 hitter. Got some speed in her. She's able to steal 4 bases, has hit 2 triples this year. Takes that one outside for a ball. Has appeared in most games, just missed 4 of the 35 for SMU, but has come in as a pinch hitter on a couple of occasions. Only started 28 of the 31. For the most part, has been an everyday player for this Saints team. A couple kids also mixing in some starts that we haven't seen. Malia Pinder started 18 games this year for SMU. Devin Connolly started 10. And then you got a handful of starts each from El Smoke and Carlos. Fly ball foul down the left field line. As Wales not able to get there. So Convery stays alive. She continues to battle with Kastner. And SMU trying to figure out a way to get aboard against the right-hander. Kastner's windup. Swing and a miss. That is 6 strikeouts in 2 2/3 innings. She has struck out 3 in a row, 4 of the last 5 batters. So first trip through the order. That wraps it up there. That's 6 Ks of 9 batters faced in total. Back to the top of the order. 2 outs, nobody on. This is the only one that's been able to get a hold of her. This is Emery Norwood. Slap single to left. The first AB of this ball game. Shows bunt, pulls back, and it misses low for ball number 1. Norwood trying to replicate her first inning success with her barrel accuracy. Starts to rotate around on that, but holds off on a full swing. Two outs and the base is empty. Kastner puts that one right down the chute for a called strike. So looking at the trends for Anna Kastner this year, with her 6 strikeouts through 3 innings, gonna have a shot for a season high. She's on pace for it right now. Or it's going to be very close at the very least. She did have 15 strikeouts against Puget Sound back on February 26th. Since then, she's reached double figures in strikeouts on 3 occasions since, 4 total for the season. This one pop foul back behind home, hits off the very top of the netting. We're in the top of the 3rd inning here in Monmouth. No score, SMU and Western Washington. Got a miss. Kastner strikes out the side here in the top of 3. She has struck out 4 in a row going back to the 2nd. And she has now retired 9 straight batters. She has settled in nicely. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. 0-0 our score. Bottom of 3, we still got a scoreless ball game. 0-0 Saints and Vikings. Anna Kastner strikes out the side in the top of the 3rd, and she has 7 strikeouts through 3 innings of work. Looking like it might be a career day for Kastner here in the opening game of the 2021 GNAC Championships. Top of the order here for Western Washington as they can continue to face Abby Runyon. This is Chantel Shimabukuro. She's 0 for 1 on the day, flew out to center field in her first at-bat. Leadoff hitter playing second base today for the Vikings. Runyon had a little 2-out trouble in the 2nd inning as she hit a batter. That was Wales with 2 outs. Then gave up a single to Kastner. A wild pitch and a stolen base put those runners at 2nd and 3rd, but then was able to get the fly out to left field as Dakota Brooks left a couple of runners on. Just chopper foul left side. Runyon's been able to avoid any runs by doing some damage control with runners in scoring position, but runs another one inside, and that's going to be the 2nd batter she's hit. She caught Wales on the elbow in the 2nd, and now she catches Shimabukuro on the elbow here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So she's allowed 3 of the last 4 base runners on. That's the first leadoff runner we've seen on in this game. To catch you up on what's happened so far, Saints got a runner on in the top of the 1st, a single from Norwood. She was left at first base. First pitch for Palmer bounces in the dirt, ball number 1. But since that single for Norwood, has now been 9 consecutive retired by Kastner. She is going to be a lot of trouble for opposing teams throughout these championships. 1-0 pitch, misses high, 2 balls, no strikes for Palmer. Mackenzie Palmer, 1 for 1 in this game. Doubled back in the 1st inning, stranded at 3rd base. She was able to split the outfielders in left and center for SMU and roll that one to the wall for 2 bases. And now puts this one into center. That falls in, another knock for Palmer. Her 2nd hit of the day. That moves Shimabukuro out to 2nd. Mackenzie Palmer 2 for 2 as she singles to center. So with SMU being held quiet at the plate by the sharp pitching of Anna Kastner, SMU has managed to stay pat with no run defensively of their own, but they have seen 3 base runners so far, and now add on the 2 to start this inning, 5 in total for Western Washington. So they've been making some noise, just a matter of crossing the plate. Let's see if Runyon can get herself out of trouble again. This is Tatum Dow. And this is not the person you want at the plate if you're the Saints defense with 2 runners on and nobody out. Tatum Dow had a pretty quick at-bat in the 1st. She did ground out sharply to 3rd. Good barrel contact, but an out nonetheless. And we'll see another visit to the circle for the Saints. But Dow, we've talked about, conference leader in batting average, hitting .460. On top of that, on-base percentage, .517. So more than half the time she's going to find herself on base. Slugging percentage, .680. That's 7 doubles, 5 home runs. She's batted in 25 runs this season. So with that on-base and slugging, OPS, 1197. She has started every game for Western Washington this season. One of 4 players for the Vikings to do so. Lauren Lowe, Shimabukuro, and Brooks have all done it as well. Well, pitching conference is done. We get back to action. Palmer at first, Shimabukuro at 2nd. Dow lifts this one into center field. Back onto the track is Norwood. She's able to make the catch. Tagging and advancing from second base is Shimabukuro, so she'll get into third safely. Palmer holds it first. A deep fly from Dow, just a couple feet shy of being a 3-run home run, but she is able to advance the runner. So Palmer at first, Shimabukuro at third. One away, here's Brooke Fessenbeck. This is the best opportunity we've seen for a run for either team yet in this game. This is the bottom of the third inning, so 0-0 score. Runyon, first pitch, Fessenbeck. Take it inside for ball number 1. Lucas popping out of her crouch very quickly. Took a look down at first. Palmer not going anywhere just yet. Mackenzie Palmer has stolen 2 bases this year. She's 2 for 3 on attempts. One flown into right field, and the wind not going to bring it fair. It looked like it might have a shot for a second, but a vantage point out here in center field, kind of tough, as Fessenbeck does foul that off. Now we do have a strong wind coming in from right, so that's one of those that any given day when you got neutral winds, that's just going to land foul, probably even go into the bullpen, but just kept getting pushed further and further towards the right field line, but still lands about 5 or 6 feet foul. Fessenbeck still sitting behind as she pushes it foul on the right side. Not quite able to catch up to the speed of Runyon. Two-strike pitch. Fessenbeck puts it on the ground to short. Connerly's got to go to second for 1, over to first. Going to be in time for the double play. What a huge turn for SMU as they go from 2 runners on and nobody out to getting out of the inning 2 batters later. A 6-4-3 double play will take care of that, and Runyon yet again getting out of trouble. No runs, a hit, and 1 left on in the bottom of 3 for Western Washington. Still a scoreless ball game. We're going to the top of 4. Top of the 4th inning, 0-0 our score, Vikings and Saints. Anna Kastner back for a 4th inning of work, and listen to this line so far. This is just 3 innings, no runs, 1 hit, no walks, 7 strikeouts for Kastner. The senior has retired the last 9 in a row, has struck out 4 consecutive and 5 of the last 6. Of course, with 9 in a row retired, besides that leadoff single, it's been 7 of 9 that have come to the plate that have gone down on a strikeout. It's going to be Patrick, Lucas, and Lopez coming up for St. Martin's here in the top of 4. That's a 2-3-4 in the order. Offering. Patrick takes that for a called strike. She's 0 for 1. She did go down on a swinging strikeout in the first. Brittany Patrick, a bright future here in the GNAC. Able to foul that one off. strikes that remain from Kastner. 46 pitches through 3 innings for the senior. Two-strike offering for Patrick. This is inside, almost caught her leg. Able to stay alive at the plate, taking third base duties. And a nice defensive play earlier on in the game. We talked about that hard out of Tatum Dow. A good backhand right along the line for Patrick and the long throw across the infield. One chopper back in front of the circle. Kastner has it for a little bit low, but taken care of by Brooks, and that'll be the first down of the inning. That is the first batter since the second. Put one in play for St. Martin's. It's now 10 in a row. Set down by Kastner. Went out, no one on there. Julia Lucas 0 for 1 with a swing strikeout. First pitch on the way. One popped up, left side of the infield, the shortstop. Dow calls for it. Able to make the easy catch. So a quick put away there for Kastner. This game really highlighting the future of the Great Northwest Athletic Conference. You got the newcomer of the year, the freshman of the year, playing in this game, and then also the Kastner, a senior, who's become the Western Washington and GNAC all-time leader in strikeouts for the other end of that spectrum, and showing some good history over the last 4 years. 2 outs for Kylie Lopez. She tries to get something going for the Saints. Either side yet to blink. And both defenses have been impressive in very different ways. So the little chopper, that one stays in the air just long enough for Kastner to get there. She makes a catch. And that'll do it for another inning on the hill for her. 1, 2, 3, they go down. And that's now 12 in a row. Anna Kastner has retired. We're through 3.5. St. Martin 0, Western Washington 0. Zeros so far as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. We got a scoreless ball game. Number 2 seeded Western Washington Vikings and number 3 seeded St. Martin Saints. It's going to be Lauren Lowe to lead things off. Her first pitch puts it on the ground to Yoshioka. 1 pitch and 1 out for Abby Runyon here in the bottom of the 4th. Well, we started the conversation in the top of 4 about both these defensive efforts have been impressive for very different reasons. Anna Kastner retiring 12 in a row for the Vikings defense. On the other side, for SMU, it's been the ability to avoid big breakout innings for Western Washington. For example, in the third, 2 runners on to start the inning, runners at first and second, and somehow they're able to avoid giving up a run. They get a fly out to center from Dow, and then Fessenbeck rolls into a 6-4-3 double play. A big turn for the Saints to avoid giving up the first run of this game. And this is Tori McDowell, who's 0 for 1, lined out to short her first time up. 1 out, nobody on. And it's been 4 stranded aboard so far for the Vikings. This one, a hard grounder in play down the third base line. Long throw over by Patrick will be in time to retire McDowell and make it 2 away. Runyon has had a good look at the middle of this Vikings lineup. 3 through 6 hitters right now, a combined 0 for 8. Whereas you look at the top 2 in the order, they're 2 for 3. And the back third of the order, 1 for 2 right now with a hit by pitch. You can throw in a hit by pitch in for the top of the lineup too. So you wrap that all together, the 7 through 2 hitters are a combined 3 for 5 with 2 hit by pitches. So 5 reaches in 7 plate appearances. The middle of the order, Runyon's taken care of. Again, 0 for 8. 2 outs and nobody on. Rain has resumed. So just a little bit of moisture. Here's a deep fly ball to center field. Back on the run, over the head of Norwood. That's going to fall in for a base hit for Wales. She holds up at second. She's got herself a double. And she keeps the bottom of the 4th inning alive for the Vikings. Norwood had the read on that one, just couldn't quite get there in time. That probably got a little bit of help. Those wind gusts carrying out towards center as well, just over the top of her glove. Didn't miss it by much, but a 2-out double nonetheless, and the trend continues. Vikings have had a hit in every inning so far. And our runner at second and 2 away. Here's Anna Kastner. 1 for 1 with a steal. She singled to center back in the second. Has retired 12 in a row at the plate. Offer, she's high and away. So that's now 4 hits for Western Washington, 1 in each inning. Have not had a multi-hit inning yet. Again, we just saw the double of Wales. Another pitch high. Runyon can't get her to chase. Runyon goes the off speed. Can't catch with that one. 3-ball count for Kastner. Waiting on deck is Dakota Brooks, the first baseman. As she'll prompt the flip of the lineup card. Kastner watches another one miss. No, a late strike call. But Kastner sticks around home. She was about ready to toss it back. You might have seen that. She stepped out of the box. Not ready to head down to first, but strike call, so she'll stick around for a 3-2 offering. And that misses high, and she does draw the walk. That's going to be free pass number 3 for Runyon, but the first base on ball. She has hit 2 batters. Now we've seen a hit in every inning from the Vikings, and it's now been 3 consecutive innings. They've had multiple base runners. Kastner at first, Wales at second, 2 away, and Dakota Brooks trying to do something with it. Brooks, a .235 hitter, has 16 RBI on the season. That's good. Her 3rd most on the team. Fouls went off on the right side. Also the team leader in home runs, tied with Dow. Each have 5 dingers this year. definitely a power hitter. 20 hits on the season, nearly half of them for extra bases for Brooks. When she barrels up big time. That's resulted in 235 average, but a 459 slugging percentage. Two on and two out here in the bottom of the fourth. 0-0 the score. Vikings trying to break through. Brooks takes it outside. Saw a two-out double to center from Riley Wales. Hit a good 5 feet back on the warning track. One hops the center field fence. And Kastner walked right behind her. Now Runyon in danger of walking Brooks. Now we have seen a little bit of movement in the SMU bullpen over the last couple of innings, so they are keeping an arm warm. Brooks pops this one up. First base side of the infield. Yoshioka's able to get there. That will take care of the frame. And another 2 base runners left on for Western Washington. In the bottom of 4, no runs, a hit. No errors, 2 left on, 6 left aboard in this game now for the Vikings. 4 complete. It remains 0-0. We head to the 5th. Well, very different story on both sides for base runners. 6-1 the advantage in that category for Western Washington, but nonetheless a 0-0 ball game. Vikings have not been able to capitalize yet on their 4 hits. Now in the top of the 5th inning, they're getting some outstanding pitching today out of Anna Kastner. She's retired 12 straight, struck out 7 so far. The 4th was the first inning of this game that she had not struck out a batter. And she'll deal with Schmidt, Yoshioka, and Vanderbout here in the top of 5. That's the 5, 6, 7 of the Saints order. Olivia Schmidt, designated player, 0 for 1 with a strikeout on her record. The right-on-righty matchup. This is the first of 2 games we're going to have here in Monmouth today. Western Oregon hosting the 2021 GNAC Softball Championships. And they were able to sneak in right under the wire for that last spot. Now, when it came down to the end of the regular season, St. Martin's and Western Oregon were fighting for that last spot. Wolves had to go 3-1 in that final series with the Saints, but SMU able to pull out the 2-2 split of the series. Originally slated for the 4 seed, they got moved up to the 3 seed with the withdrawal from Central Washington. Now Western Oregon in the 4 spot, and as the hosts, don't need to go anywhere, playing here at home. Last time we were able to have a GNAC Championships, that was back in 2019. Concordia Cavaliers hosted the tourney up in Portland, and were able to ship it as well as number 3 seed. Able to come through. Fouled off on the right side by Schmidt as she stays alive. Now, the two teams we're seeing here today, it's been several years since they've been back in the GNAC championships. Go back to 2017. Pop up on the first base side. Step back, then couple in for Fessenbeck. She's able to get there, and they've got one down here in the top of 5. Looking at the line score of this one so far. St. Martin's, no runs, a hit, no errors. Western Washington, no runs, 4 hits, no errors. 0-0, our score remains. We march past the halfway point of this game. And you look at the way it's gone down so far. The offensive advantage certainly gone to Western Washington. But having not taken advantage of putting a run across, this could be the one the Saints sneak out. Pop up, but some wind, no problem for Shima Bukuro. She reels it in for out number 2. So 2 quick outs on flies to the right side of the infield. Now the Saints sneaking it out is really contingent on them finding a way to get a run. Of course, it's all speculation on, the way these kinds of games go. That's just the way softball is. You can see a couple of very different line scores in the hits and the errors. But if you can't get runners across, well, and that's been the case. We still remain scoreless. We got 2 outs, and the batter is Kylie Vanderbout, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Now, as it stands, Anna Kastner has not showed any interest in allowing any more base runners on since the first leadoff single, and then has now been 14 in a row retired. Trying to make it 15 here. Needs a pop-up. Second baseman coming in. Shima Bukuro's there for the catch. Ball has not left the infield since the first inning for St. Martin Saints. And that's another 1-2-3 frame for Anna Kastner. We got 4.5 in the books. Saints 0, Vikings 0. Rain continuing to come down here in Monmouth. We've got 4.5 in the books. 0-0 our score, Vikings and Saints. Abby Runyon will continue to pitch for St. Martin's. Worth noting that there is some action in the Western Washington bullpen. We've seen 5 shutout innings so far for Anna Kastner, but a reliever getting loose. Tough to see from here. We got a banner in the way, so really tough to see who it is, but it is a right-hander. We got the top of the order for Western Washington coming up here in the bottom of 5. This is Shimabukuro, Palmer, and Dow. 1, 2, 3 hitters. Runyon's offering in for Shimabukuro. Very active top of the 5th defensively for Shimabukuro, as she is able to record 2 of the 3 outs on pop-ups. That's how all 3 went down in the 5th inning for St. Martin's. All pop-ups to the right side of the infield. That pitch right down the pipe. There's a called strike. And the strikeout clip has slowed down for Kastner. Hasn't recorded a strikeout in her last 2 innings. She had 7 through her first 3 innings. Now this will not be a new season high for her in Ks. Offering's gonna miss high. That's a leadoff walk. Second reach of this game for Chantel Shimabukuro. A hit by pitch and now a base on balls for her. And it looks like that is going to be the afternoon for Abby Runyon. That leadoff walk. Bring in a new pitcher for St. Martin's. Looks like they're going to put Tia Ridings in the circle. So the line for Abby Runyon, as it stands right now, 4+ innings of work. Gives up 4 hits, no runs, but on the hook for 1. She would walk 2 batters, hit another 2, and did not record a strikeout in this one. So Tia Ridings get some warm-up pitches in here. We'll take a quick pause real quick while Ridings warms up, and then we'll resume with the bottom of the 5th.
Attention, please. Now pitching for St. Martin's, number 2, Tia Ridings. The Western Washington batter, right fielder.
St. Martin's the first team to go to the bullpen as they tap on the shoulder of Tia Ridings to come in relief for Abby Runyon. No score in the bottom of the 5th. We got a runner at first at Chantel Shimabukuro after the leadoff walk. That first pitch, bunt attempt by Mackenzie Palmer, is fouled off. So the line again for Abby Runyon through 4+ innings of work, no runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, no strikeouts. I'll leave this one with no decision. Tia Ridings coming in. This is just her 6th appearance of the year, and the 2nd time she's come in relief. Misses low on that one, evens a count of 1-1. Ridings, a freshman from Tualatin. Just a bit up 99 here, state of Oregon. Lefty stands at 5'4". 1-1 pitch. Popped up into shallow left field. 3 players calling for it. Miscommunication of bounds, and it's going to fall in for a base hit. And Palmer gets herself aboard. Should have been an out. But no one able to take control of that situation. It was Connerly, the shortstop, Vanderbout, the left fielder, and Norwood, the center fielder, all converging in shallow left center field. And no one takes control of the situation. So what should have been out number 1 turns into a base hit for Palmer. Can't really give an air to anyone there. It's a miscommunication that allows the ball to fall in. So Shimabukuro moves out to second. 2 on, nobody out. We've seen this situation already in this game. This happened back in the third. The Saints able to get out of it with a fly to center and then a double play. But now, they're dealing with the heart of the order. And actually, this is what happened to the third, at the top of the order, which continues to do well. That's the third hit of the day for Mackenzie Palmer. She's 3 for 3. But they've yet to get any action out of the bat of Tatum Dow. She's 0 for 2. That pitch misses high. Dow, the shortstop, hitting in the 3 spot. The closest the GNAC's got to a 500 hitter this year. You'll remember Ayanna Arsenault from Western Oregon Wolves a couple seasons back was such. So Tatum Dow, big opportunity. Each time she has come to the plate in this game, she has had a runner in scoring position. This one flown into right field. Shallow. Playable for Convery. She is able to get there and make the catch, but tagging and heading for third is Shimabukuro. She advances. A good defensive effort there for Megan Convery. She does make the catch for out number 1, but that moves runners to the corners. Brings up Brooke Fessenbeck, grounded into a double play in her last at bat. Chance for redemption here in the bottom of the 5th. Still a 0-0 ball game. And the way this one's been rolling out certainly looks like 1 run might be able to do the trick for either side. Fessenbeck shows bunt, puts it back into the circle. Looking around, Ridings nowhere to go with it. Looked like they might have had a shot at the plate, but she freezes up and a run is in on the bunt of Fessenbeck. Chalk up an RBI for her. And you know what, that's going to be a bunt single. So another defensive issue for St. Martin's in the inning. And that's a tough bang-bang play to make at the plate if you're Ridings. You don't want to force it and let everyone get on safely, so you look for the easier out at first, but you spin and look, and Fessenbeck's already there. All of a sudden you got nowhere to go with it. And it certainly looked like she had a real shot at getting Shimabukuro at the plate. 1-0 the Western Washington lead in this one. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2 hits and a walk so far in this inning. Now that was Shimabukuro to come in, who was walked aboard by Runyon. So that run is going to go against Runyon's record. So now her line today, 4+ innings, a run, 4 hits, 2 walks, no strikeouts. Pitch comes in at the knees for a called strike on Lauren Lowe. Now this inning's really just come down to St. Martin's shooting themselves in the foot. Still 2 on for the Vikings, runners at first and second. Pitch misses low and in for a ball, evens it at 1-1 on Lowe. Lowe's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out to second base. Flares this one into left center field. That's caught by Norwood. A little slide afterwards for out number 2. Everyone stays where they are. With Palmer at second, Fessenbeck at first. And now 2 away. Ridings will have to deal with her 5th batter of the inning. It'll be McDowell. So again, that run's going to go against Runyon. So Ridings still no runs on her line for the afternoon. We popped along pretty well in this one. Already in the bottom of 5 and just an hour and 18 minutes into this ball game. Where McDowell takes one high. McDowell got her first at bat back in the second, lined out to short, grounded out to third base. In the fourth inning, she's in a 2-1 count with the Writings. The brief work for the freshman this year managed to pull in a 4-0 record and a 1.33 ERA. So she's gotten a decision in 4 of the 5 appearances she's had this year, all being wins. 27 innings of work, 22 strikeouts, 11 walks, 24 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned runs. 2-2, popped up foul territory, first base side, just a couple steps off of the bag as Lopez, she's there to make the catch and end the inning, but the Vikings finally get a run on the board. 1 run comes in on 2 hits, there are no errors, and 2 left on. Western Washington grabbing the first lead of this game. We've got 5 in the books, 1-0 Vikings as we go to the 6th. It takes until the bottom of the 5th inning, but we get our first run of the game across home plate. Western Washington has taken a 1-0 lead over St. Martin's as we go into the top of the 6th. It was a leadoff walk for Chantel Shimabukuro. She was then brought in 3 batters later on the RBI single of Brooke Fessenbeck on a bunt out in front of home plate. St. Martin's, they now got to play catch-up. They've just got 6 outs to work with. And they're dealing with a pitcher that they have not been able to figure out today. 15 in a row retired by Anna Kastner. This is Connerly, Convery, and Norwood due up here in the top of 6 for SMU. Norwood, the only one to get aboard so far today for the Saints. Leadoff single. Since then, it's been crickets. Connerly 0 for 1, struck out swinging. That was to lead off the 3rd inning. She's taking shortstop duties today for SMU. Taking the offset. Looks good in there for a called strike. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, the Vikings did get a little bit of work in their bullpen going, but no one coming in to replace Kastner. You wouldn't expect so at this point. Just might be getting an arm loose for the sake of getting an arm loose just in case. But Vikings senior has certainly been locked in for this one. We'll have a brief pause in between games, and then it's going to be Northwest Nazarene, Western Oregon for game number 2 of our first day of the 2021 GNAC Championships. This will be a 3-day tournament. Tomorrow we're going to see 3 games. One will be the winner of this, facing the winner of NNU and Western Oregon. And on the losers bracket side, we're going to see the loser of this versus the loser of that NNU Western Oregon game. And then the consolation game to go the championship Saturday. So it's going to be a busy Friday here in Monmouth. Another offering in for Connerly. Just tipped foul. She's able to stay alive. Kastner. 2-strike pitch, another foul ball. Connerly sticking around. Thing is, despite how dominant Kastner's been in this game, one swing of the bat can even this thing back up. Now, Anna Kastner's only given up 4 home runs over 93 and a third innings. But certainly not high on the probability chart. We've got some wind carrying out towards center. Cutting across from first base side of the field. Certainly if you're a right-handed batter, pulling it down the left field line will get you some lift. A little battle to lead off the top of the 6th inning. Pitch in and another foul ball. Connerly not going away. Can't find the barrel that she needs on it. But she continues to tick them foul and stick around. St. Martin's making their first appearance at the GNAC Championship since 2017. And it's the same spot for Western Washington. The Vikings won the championships back in 2017. It's their 4th overall trip. Both of these teams with a title under their belt. SMU won the inaugural GNAC championships in 2013. The Vikings lone title coming in 2017.
Something wrong with Dustin's legs? He wants to run for Dustin?
So all 4 teams you're seeing in this tourney have won a conference title. NNU the most recently. They did it back in 2018. They were the #1 seed then as well. They come as the #1 seed this weekend as well. Connerly goes chasing one high, and that's going to be the first strikeout for Kastner since the 3rd. But strikeout number 8 overall on the day for her. One out here in the top of the 6th inning. Felt really comfortable with the bottom of this lineup. Back third of the order for SMU has struck out 4 times in 5 plate appearances now. Now this is Megan Convery. 9-hole hitter, right fielder, 0 for 1, struck out swinging in the 3rd in her lone plate appearance so far. One out, nobody on. Convery trying to get something started. Fouls it back behind home. You see that big sprawling screen. Just a couple years old here at Western Oregon. lot of new additions have come in here at Wu softball field. Infield completely turfed now, still grass outfield. Dugout and backstop improvements, and it's a great spot to host the championships. Kastner looking for 17 in a row retired. Tries to frame it up on the outside. That doesn't miss by much. Good job by Hardy to leave it out there. Let the umpire take a look. So the left-handed hitting Convery looking for her first hits of the GNAC championships. 277 average on the season. Fouls one off. Convery not one to strike out very much. Only 8 strikeouts all season. And coming in 83 at bats. Has managed to walk aboard 4 times. Pretty low in the strikeouts and the walks. She comes to the plate, she's getting barrel on the softball. It is a Western Washington 1-0 lead. We are in the top of the 6th inning. We had a scoreless game through 5. I should say 4.5 that is, and then the Vikings picking up their first run at the bottom of the 5th. That was Chantel Shimabukuro coming in to score on the RBI single of Brooke Fessenbeck. Well, the run's going to end at 16 consecutive retired for Anna Kastner as Megan Convery does get herself aboard with 1 out on the base on balls. So a free pass issued by Kastner. The tying run is reached for SMU here in the top of the 6th inning. With how quiet their bats have been, really got to take advantage of this base runner on. You wonder, they're going to be sending Convery here. Now, getting a base runner on is so rare at this point, you don't want to risk getting her taken off the base path. But Convery 4 for 4 this season on her stolen base attempts. Is it worth it to get her into scoring position? We're going to see here in a minute. Doesn't go on the first pitch, and it looks like we got a pinch hitter, and this is not Emery Norwood stepping to the plate. This is Devin Connolly in hitting for Norwood. So she comes in to pinch hit. Connolly is a 167 hitter this season and 36 at bats, is able to pull out 6 hits. It's an interesting spot for the pinch hitter, given that Norwood is the only player with a base hit for SMU. And Connolly is going to be quickly retired on strikes. 9th strikeout today for Anna Kastner. Really interesting spot for that. 2 away. They've been holding the runner tight at first base. That's Convery still at first after the 1-out walk. So 2 away. Here's Brittany Patrick. Is exactly who you want up in a spot like this if you're the Saints. Patrick having a heck of a season. In the GNAC Freshman of the Year and a first-team all-conference selection. Two down, runner at first. Swing and a miss on the pitch for Patrick. That puts her into an 0-2 count. Kastner a strike away from making it 6 shutout innings of work. 1-0 Vikings leading. They're going to have their 7, 8, 9 hitters due up in the bottom of 6. As they try and extend their lead, get Kastner some insurance. 0-2. High and outside, ball number 1. There's a 1-2 offering. Runner takes off. It's a swing and a miss. That will do it for the top of the 6th inning. Another 3 strikeouts in the frame for Anna Kastner. That makes it 10 Ks on the day. She does give up a walk, but a runner stranded aboard for SMU. They're down to their last 3 outs. And Western Washington's going to have another chance at the plate. Vikings leading 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. A 1-0 lead for Western Washington going into the bottom of the 6th inning. And Kastner strikes out another 3 in the top of the frame to preserve the 1-0 lead. First pitch in for Riley Wales, flown down the left field line. Just in foul territory, it looked. But Vanderbout able to make the catch regardless. 1 pitch and 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So Wales followed by Kastner and Brooks, the 7, 8, 9 hitters due up for Western Washington. SMU is going to be down to 3 outs left to work with in the top of 7. That's going to be their 3, 4, 5 hitters. Lucas, Lopez, Schmidt will be the 3 due up for them. They need to get something going quick, and I imagine we will be seeing this young lady back to make it a complete game shutout if she can. Anna Kastner now at the plate. 1 for 1 in the game. Single, a walk, and a stolen base. Has not been retired. She's getting it done on both sides of the softball. Pops this one up towards third base. Right on the line is Patrick. She's there to make the play. So 2 quick outs here for Tia Ridings. She's in her 2nd inning of relief. Did give up 2 hits in the 5th. Allowed a run to score, but it was an inherited runner, so not going to go against her mark on the game. Is now retired 4 batters in a row and 5 of the last 6 that she has seen. So she settled in quite a bit after giving a single to the first batter she faced. Swing and a miss from Dakota Brooks, 0-1 the count. Brooks 0 for 2, flew out to left, popped out to 2nd. 9-hole hitter and the first baseman for the Vikings. Rain still coming down here in Monmouth. Brooks takes it outside for a ball. Turned into a chilly afternoon. Had sun and blue skies this morning. The wind blowing in some ominous rain clouds from over the Cascades. Swing and a miss from Brooks. That's going to end the inning. That'll be the first strikeout today for Ridings, and in fact, the first strikeout for the Saints pitching staff on the day. A 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the sixth. SMU is going to get one last chance at the plate. They have Lucas, Lopez, and Schmidt due up in the top of 7. They need a run to keep this ball game alive. 1-0 Western Washington leads. Top of the 7th inning. Vikings 3 outs away from moving on to the winner's side of the bracket, giving themselves a little bit of breathing room. Western Washington leads St. Martin's 1-0 here in the first game of the 2021 GNAC Softball Championships. Anna Kastner back for her 7th inning of work in the circle. Through 6 innings, no runs. Just allowed 1 hit, walked 1, and struck out 10. Gets a pop-up first base side off the bat of Julia Lucas. And there's 1 away. And now just 2 outs needed for the Vikings to secure the win here in game number 1. Should they win this one, they will await the winner of Northwest Nazarene and Western Oregon. The matchup to follow. This is Kylie Lopez trying to keep the game alive for SMU. Just takes 2 wins to get yourself to championship Saturday. The Vikings win this and they pull off a win tomorrow in the winner's bracket. They're sitting pretty on Saturday in the driver's seat. A loss here, and you gotta win out the tournament to capture the 2021 title. Kylie Lopez, the first baseman, looking for her first base hit of the day. A fly out to left and a pop out to the pitcher. That's been her only action so far. Both those instances ended the innings. Fouls 1 back to the screen. Only run of this game coming in the bottom of the 5th inning. RBI single for Brooke Fessenbeck made this a 1-0 score. That's how it stayed. And Kastner in search of the complete game shutout victory. She's not far from it. Fly ball down the right field line in foul territory. That one's going to land in the bullpen. Just beyond that GNAC Sports banner there, you got the SMU bullpen. Saints dugout still keeping some energy. They look for a base hit. Kylie Lopez got a miss. Strikeout number 11 for Anna Kastner. Ties her 2nd highest mark of the season in strikeouts. That is the 5th time this year she has reached double digits in Ks. And she is now 1 out away from getting Western Washington the victory. Gonna have to deal with Olivia Schmidt. 2 outs and nobody on. Kastner has retired 20 of 22 batters she has faced in this game. She has allowed a single, and she has walked one. That's been it. Schmidt a strikeout and a pop out to first. She's 0 for 2. This is high. That one coming in up around shoulder height, even a little bit higher. Olivia Schmidt needs to get on base and keep this game alive for SMU. They trail 1-0 to the Vikings. Pitch. This is outside. And that's a good layoff there for Schmidt. That one not far off of the plate, but didn't want anything that far out. She's able to let it go. Did not miss by much off the plate. It's a good eye. Schmidt now taking one inside. Oh, a late strike called. That one must have just caught the inside. Trick here is broadcast coming to you from center field. So no audio cues from the umpire on. Just got to wait for the strike to go up. Schmidt swing and a miss. That'll do it for game number 1 of the GNAC Championships, as Anna Kastner ends it with her 12th strikeout of the day and is able to give Western Washington the 1-0 victory. The line in this one for SMU, no runs, a hit, and no errors. For Western Washington, 1 run, 6 hits, and no errors. Anna Kastner gets the win. She moves to 11-3 on the season. She throws a complete game shutout. 7 innings, 1 hit, no run. She walks 1 and strikes out 12. Second most strikeouts she has had in the game this season. The loss in this one's going to go to Tia Riding. She drops to 4-1. So with that, Western Washington will await the winner of Northwest Nazarene and Western Oregon. SMU, now with their backs against the wall, they're going to have to win out to capture a 2021 GNAC Championships title, as they will await the loser of NNU and Western Oregon University in the loser side of the bracket of this double elimination tournament. That concludes our first game of the day. We do have another game coming to you in just about an hour. It's going to be Northwest Nazarene, Western Oregon here at Woo Softball Field. It's going to be right here on the same broadcast for you on GNAC TV. So stick with us. We'll be back again. Western Washington tops St. Martin's 1-0 final score here in Monmouth. More action to come. NNU and Western Oregon up next.